You've been told many times that you're too sensitive and that small things doesn't matter. Perhaps you've heard many times people talking, "Why do you take everything so personally? You need thicker skin. You're overreacting." And after hearing that enough times, you may start believing there's something wrong with you. But what if I told you that the very thing you've been trying to suppress, the thing you've been shamed for, is actually one of your greatest strengths? This is not motivational story. This video is based on real and backed by psychology. Because being sensitive isn't weakness. It means there's something in you that they don't have, and that means you're special without you knowing it. And today, I want to show you why being a sensitive person isn't a weakness, but a strength. Let's be clear about something first. Being sensitive doesn't mean you're fragile. It doesn't mean you're unstable, and it definitely doesn't mean you're incapable of handling life. It means your nervous system is more responsive. You feel things deeply. You notice things others miss. And the world we live in, it wasn't designed for people like that. So instead of being taught how to use this trait, you were taught how to hide it. From a psychological perspective, sensitivity is often linked to something called high emotional responsiveness or high sensory processing. In simple terms, your brain takes in more data. You process tone, facial expressions, energy shifts, micro changes in mood. Your nervous system doesn't filter things out as aggressively as others. And here's the important part. This isn't a defect. It's a different operating system. Studies on highly sensitive people show they tend to have higher empathy, strong emotional intelligence, deeper moral awareness, strong intuition, and better pattern recognition. Your brain is constantly asking, what does this mean? How does this affect people? What's happening beneath the surface? That's not weakness, that's depth. But depth is uncomfortable in a world that values speed. Here's the problem. We live in a culture that rewards numbness. The person who doesn't react, they're seen as strong. The person who feels deeply, they're seen as unstable. So sensitivity gets mislabeled as overreaction, drama, immaturity. But what's actually happening is this. Sensitive people feel before others understand. You sense the tension before the argument happens. You feel the emotional distance before the relationship ends. You notice when something is off long before it becomes obvious. And because you can't always explain it logically yet, people dismiss it. Until later, when you turn out to be right. When you're sensitive and you're told not to be, you don't stop feeling. You just turn it inward. You start questioning yourself, invalidating your instincts, second-guessing your emotions. And that's when sensitivity becomes painful. Not because it's bad, but because it's unsupported. A sensitive person without self-trust will think they're broken. A sensitive person with self-trust becomes powerful. Sensitivity is what allows you to love and feel deeply, connect with others, understand people without them saying a word. It's why artists feel so much, why leaders with empathy change lives instead of just managing people. Sensitivity is the root of compassion and emotional courage. You don't avoid pain because you're sensitive. You walk through it. That takes strength. Real strength isn't emotional numbness. It's emotional honesty. So if no one's ever told you this before, let me say it clearly. Being sensitive is not a weakness. It's your strength. It's just that you were taught to judge a gift through the lens of people who don't carry it. Your sensitivity means you feel life more. The joy, the grief, the meaning. And yes, that can hurt. But it also means you experience depth that others may never touch. You don't need to become less sensitive to survive this world. You need to become more aligned with who you already are. Because the world doesn't need more numb people. It needs people like you who has feelings of compassion. And if that's you, you're special, and there is nothing wrong with you at all. Subscribe to DeepMind if you think you're one of those who are highly sensitive people. I'll see you in the next one.